Stop running from pain. Stop seeking comfort. Your weakness is a choice you make every single day. This is the Discomfort Principle. This is the system for intentionally seeking small discomforts to build an unbreakable tolerance for life's greatest challenges. You think you are safe, but your comfort is a prison. This book is the key. You will learn to seek the hard path. You will learn to master hardship. You will stop being fragile. Listen, apply, and transform.
Chapter 1. Your comfort is a cage. You are here because you feel a weakness inside, a sense of fragility, a low, constant hum of anxiety. You feel stuck, and you look for the source of this feeling. You blame your job. You blame your relationships. You blame the world. But you are looking in the wrong place. The source of your weakness is not your struggle. The source of your weakness is your lack of struggle. You think your comfort is a reward. You believe it is the goal. You are wrong. This chapter defines the great sickness of comfort. It is the disease of the modern age, and it is killing your spirit. Human beings were not designed for this. We were not engineered for a life without friction. We were forged in fire. We were built for the hunt, for the challenge, for the struggle. Our ancestors faced predators. They faced the cold. They faced starvation. And it made them resilient. It made them strong. It made them resourceful. You face an inconvenience. Your Wi-Fi is slow, your coffee is cold, your delivery is late, and you break. You have become a domesticated animal. I want you to picture a lion. Picture a lion in the wild. It is lean, it is scarred, it is dangerous. It wakes every single day with one thought: survive. It hunts, it fights, it rules. It is alive. Now, picture a lion in a zoo.
It is well fed. The climate is perfectly controlled. It is protected from all predators. It has no threats. It has no challenges. It is perfectly safe. And it is pathetic. It paces back and forth in a 6x10 space, its eyes dull, its muscles atrophied. It is a ghost. It is a prisoner. You are that zoo animal. You have traded your power for safety. You have traded your strength for convenience. You have willingly walked into a cage that you call modern life. And you must understand this. Comfort is not your friend. Comfort is not safety. Comfort is your cage. But, you say, I am not in a cage. I am free. I have choices. Do you? Let's look at the bars of your comfortable cage. The first bar is your thermostat. You are never too hot. You are never too cold. You live in a state of permanent, bland, 72-degree neutrality. You have forgotten what it feels like to adapt. You shiver at a gust of wind. You sweat at the first sign of sun. Your body has lost its power to regulate itself. The next bar is the food delivery app. You don't hunt. You don't gather. You don't even prepare. You feel a slight pang of hunger. You tap a glass screen and food appears at your door. You have eliminated the friction of your own survival. The next bar is the algorithm. This is the most dangerous bar of all. You are never bored. You are never alone with your own thoughts. The second you feel a moment of stillness, you reach for the screen. It feeds you. It feeds you endless, mindless, perfectly curated distraction. It has removed the need to think. It has removed the need to create. It has removed the need to be. The algorithm is the zookeeper, sliding a tray of digital mush under the bars while you just sit and consume. You must understand this. Comfort is not your friend. Comfort is your cage. And here is the cost. Here is why this is the great sickness.
Because you have eliminated all small friction, you have become pathologically terrified of real friction. A difficult conversation, you avoid it. A hard project at work, you procrastinate. A physical challenge, you start tomorrow. You have the muscle of a zoo lion. It looks like muscle, but it has never been tested. And then, life happens. The real kind. The kind you cannot control with an app or a thermostat. You get fired. Someone you love gets sick. A crisis hits. And what happens? You shatter. You fall apart. You have no resilience. You have no mental toughness. You have no calluses on your mind. Why? Because you have spent your entire life running from the very things that build those calluses. You have spent your life seeking comfort. That's the key. You have traded resilience for convenience, and it is a fool's bargain. This is not a negotiation. You have a choice. You can stay in the cage, or you can start to break the bars. It's not about convenience. It's about cost. And the cost is your soul. The cost is your power. The cost is your freedom. Deep down, your animal brain knows you are not prepared. That is the source of your anxiety. Your mind knows you are a fraud. You know you are safe, but you do not feel strong. You must understand this. Comfort is not your friend. Comfort is not safety. Comfort is your cage. So what is the first step? The first step is not to do anything. The first step is to see. You must become an observer of your own life. You must see the cage. This is your task. This is the transformation for this chapter. For the next 24 hours, I want you to name the bars. When you turn on the air conditioning, I want you to say, "This is a bar." When you order food delivery instead of cooking, I want you to say, "This is a bar." When you reach for your phone because you are bored for 2 seconds, I want you to look at it and say, "This is the most powerful bar in my cage." This is the first act of rebellion. You stop seeing these things as rewards. You stop seeing them as progress. You start seeing them for what they are, obstacles. They are the enemy of your potential. You do not need permission to start this. You do not need a new tool or a new book. You only need to be honest. This entire audiobook is your guide to breaking free. It is the system for seeking intentional discomfort, the system for building the resilience you have lost. But you cannot break free from a prison you do not see. You must see the cage. You must accept the truth. Comfort is your cage. You have seen the cage. You understand the sickness. You are no longer blind. Now, you must learn how to take your first step out. You must learn to choose the path that builds strength, not the one that reinforces your weakness. This brings us to the first great act of defiance.
This brings us to Chapter 2, Reject the Path of Least Resistance. In the last chapter, you opened your eyes. You saw the bars. You saw the comfortable cage you've been living in. You named the thermostat, the delivery app, and the algorithm as the tools of your own imprisonment. You see the cage, and you now see the door. But here is the truth. There is not one path out of that door. There are two. Every single moment of your life, from this point forward, you are standing at a fork in the road. The first path is wide. It is downhill. It is paved. It is the path of least resistance. It is the path your weak mind craves. It is the path of comfort, of later, of good enough, of the snooze button. The other path is narrow. It is uphill. It is covered in rocks. It is the path of most resistance. It is the hard path. The entire system of this book, the entire foundation of the Discomfort Principle, is built on one single conscious decision, repeated every single day. You must choose the hard path. The easy path creates a weak mind. You are not weak. You will prove it to yourself. You will reject the path of least resistance. What is the path of least resistance? It is the default setting of your comfort-driven life. It is the elevator. It is the email you send to avoid a difficult conversation. It is the text message you send because a phone call is too real. It is the processed food you eat because cooking takes effort. It is the snooze button. It is every choice you make that avoids friction. Your mind has been trained to see this path as efficient, as smart, as life-hacking. This is a lie. You're not hacking your life. You are weakening it.
You take the elevator to save 2 minutes. But what are you spending? You are spending your discipline. You are spending your physical power. You are casting a vote for the person you don't want to be. You send the text to avoid the hard call. You save yourself 5 minutes of awkwardness. But what are you spending? You are spending your courage. You are training your mind that conflict is to be avoided, not met. That's the key. This is not about efficiency, it is about training. It's not about saving time, it's about building strength. It's not about convenience, it's about character. The easy path feels good, but it is a trap. Every time you choose it, you add another lock to your cage. The easy path creates a weak mind. You are not weak. You will prove it to yourself. You will reject the path of least resistance. Why would you do this? Why choose to make your life harder? This is the question your weak mind will ask you. It will scream at you. This is stupid. This is a waste of time. This is punishment. You must have the answer. You are not punishing yourself. You are forging yourself. A blacksmith does not create a sword by letting the metal sit in a comfortable room temperature box. He thrusts it into the fire. He pounds it with a hammer. He plunges it into the cold. He applies resistance. He applies friction. He makes it uncomfortable. And through that discomfort, the soft, useless iron becomes hardened steel. Your willpower is that iron. The path of least resistance is the comfortable box. The hard path is the fire and the hammer. You have a choice. You can remain soft, useless iron, or you can become steel.
That's the key. Every time you choose the hard path, you are the blacksmith. You are the hammer. You choose the stairs. That is the hammer. You make the difficult call. That is the fire. You get out of bed without the snooze. That is the hardening. This is the work. So how do you do it? How do you start? You start at the smallest possible level. You hunt for the micro choices. Your transformation begins today. Here is your first instruction. When you finish this chapter, you will stand up. You will find something in your home that is out of place, a cup, a piece of trash, a book. You will not say, "I will get it later." You will walk over and you will put it away now. That is the choice. That is the first rep. Here is your next instruction. The next time you are in a building, you will find the stairs. You will not even look at the elevator. The elevator is for the weak. The elevator is for the domesticated. It is not for you. You will take the stairs every single time. Here is your next instruction. The next time you have to communicate something difficult, you will not hide behind a screen. You will not send the easy text. You will pick up the phone. You will use your voice. You will face the friction. You don't need their permission. You don't need anyone's permission. This is a decision you make for you. Your mind will fight you. It will make excuses. It will say, "I'm too tired." It will say, "It's just this one time." It will say, "This is pointless. What does taking the stairs really do?" And you will have the answer. You will tell your mind, "It doesn't matter if I'm tired. I'm doing this because it's hard. I am doing this to prove that I am in control." You are building a new identity. You are not the person who avoids hard things. You are the person who seeks them. The easy path creates a weak mind. You are not weak. You will prove it to yourself. You will reject the path of least resistance. This is the foundation. You cannot build a skyscraper on quicksand, and you cannot build an unbreakable mind on a foundation of easy choices. The path of least resistance is the quicksand. It is the path of mediocrity. It is the path of the herd. You are not the herd. You have seen the cage. You have identified the two paths, and you have made your choice. This is not a one-time decision. This is a permanent decision. You are rewiring your brain. You are changing your default. From now on, when you see the fork in the road, you go uphill. You have seen the cage. You have learned to reject the easy path. You have started your training. But why? What is the purpose of this daily intentional friction? You are not just doing it to be tough. You are doing it for a very specific, strategic reason. You are training for the real battle. You are building an armor. You are systematically exposing yourself to small pains to build an unbreakable tolerance for real pain. You are not just rejecting comfort. You are building an immunity to hardship. This brings us to the core mechanism of the Discomfort Principle. This brings us to
Chapter 3. The Hardship Inoculation. In the last chapter, you made a choice. You chose to reject the path of least resistance. You chose the stairs. You chose the hard call. You chose the uphill path. And your mind is already fighting you. It's asking why. Why am I doing this? This is pointless. This is inefficient. This is just pain. Your weak, comfort-seeking mind sees this as punishment. It cannot understand why you would willingly choose friction. You are here to give it the answer. You are not punishing yourself. You are preparing yourself.
This is the why. This is the core mechanism of the discomfort principle. It is the hardship inoculation. Think about how a vaccine works. A doctor injects you with a small, controlled, harmless dose of a virus. Your body panics. It thinks it is under attack. It rallies its defenses. It builds an army of antibodies. It learns the signature of its enemy. It creates a system to defeat it. And then, the real virus comes. The deadly dose, the uncontrolled attack. But you do not get sick. You do not break. Your body is prepared. It has been trained. It recognizes the threat, and it destroys it. This is what you are doing to your mind.
You do not build the armor during the battle. You build it before. This is not practice. This is the hardship inoculation. Life will hit you. This is not a maybe, it is a certainty. You will lose your job. You will face a financial crisis. You will get a call in the middle of the night that shatters your world. You will face rejection. You will face failure. You will face loss. These are the involuntary hardships. This is the real virus. And you have a choice. You can face that day uninoculated. You can live your entire life in the comfortable cage from Chapter 1, avoiding all friction, taking the easy path from Chapter 2, and when that real crisis hits, your mind will have no defenses. It will be the first time your nervous system has ever felt true shock, and you will shatter. You will panic, you will freeze, you will crumble. You will become a victim to the moment because you never, ever trained your mind to handle stress. Or you can be ready. That's the key. The discomfort principle is the system for training your mind. The voluntary cold shower is the vaccine for the involuntary shock of a job loss. The voluntary hard conversation is the vaccine for the involuntary shock of betrayal. The voluntary pain of a brutal workout is the vaccine for the involuntary pain of physical illness. It's not about the pain, it's about the preparation. You are systematically, voluntarily exposing your mind to small, controlled doses of hardship, so that when the uncontrolled, massive dose arrives, your mind simply says, I know this feeling, I have been here before, I am trained for this.
You do not build the armor during the battle. You build it before. This is not practice. This is the hardship inoculation. Think of it another way. You are building mental calluses. If you walk into a gym for the first time in your life and try to lift a 500-pound weight, what happens? You are crushed. Your bones break. Your muscles tear. But if you go in on day one and you lift 50 pounds, it hurts. It's hard. Your muscles tear just a little. You go home, you rest, and what does your body do? It adapts. It heals the tear, and it adds a little more muscle. It builds a callus. The next week, you lift 60 pounds. It hurts. You adapt. The next month, 100 pounds. It hurts. You adapt. You are inoculating your body against the resistance of the weight. Your willpower is a muscle. Your resilience is a muscle. Taking the stairs is a 50-pound lift. Making hard phone call is a 60-pound lift. Taking a cold shower is a 100-pound lift. They are not the 500-pound crisis, but they are the training for it. The uninoculated person has atrophied mental muscles. They have spent their life on the couch, and life is about to drop a 500-pound weight on them. You are in training. You do not build the armor during the battle, you build it before. This is not practice. This is the hardship inoculation. This is your transformation. You must reframe the struggle. The next time you are in the middle of a voluntary discomfort, when you are taking the stairs and your legs are burning, when you are holding a difficult conversation and your heart is pounding, when you are forcing yourself to focus when you want distraction, your weak mind will scream, "Stop, this hurts, let's go back to the cage." You must override it. You must mentally label the feeling. You must say to yourself, "This is it. This is the inoculation. This is the feeling of my armor getting stronger." That's the key. You stop seeing the pain as an enemy. You start seeing it as the medicine. You stop being a victim of your discomfort. You become a warrior in training. You are not suffering. You are building. You have a choice. You can be the person who waits for the battle and gets destroyed, or the person who trains for the battle and endures. You don't need permission to start this training. You just need to decide. You have decided. You have seen the cage. You have rejected the easy path, and now you understand the why. You are building your armor. You are inoculating your mind. So, where do you start? You start with the most powerful, most accessible, most universal vaccine on Earth. You start with the one tool that has been used by Stoics, by warriors, by leaders for thousands of years to build unbreakable mental armor. This brings us to the most direct, the most powerful, and the most uncompromising tool for your inoculation. This brings us to the forge. This brings us to
Chapter 4. Start here. Seek the cold. You understand the cage. You have chosen the hard path. You know the why, the hardship inoculation. Now, the theory is over. This is the end of understanding and the beginning of doing. You are ready for your first true test. You are ready to build your armor. We will not start with a complex theory. We will not start with a 12-step plan. We will start with the simplest, most brutal, most effective forge on Earth. We will start with the cold. The cold shower is the ultimate entry point to the Discomfort Principle. Why? Because it is non-negotiable. It is non-intellectual. It is a pure battle of will. You can rationalize not taking the stairs. You can tell yourself, "I'm late," or "it's inefficient." You can rationalize not making the hard phone call. You can tell yourself, "An email is better for keeping records." You cannot rationalize the cold. Your mind has no smart argument against it. It has only one argument. I don't want to. It is the raw, primal scream of your weakness. And that is exactly why you must do it. You are here to confront that voice. You are here to defeat that voice. Your mind will resist. Your body will resist. You will stand, you will endure, and you will win. You must seek the cold. Let's walk through the battle.
It's morning. You're warm. You are in your comfortable cage. You are standing in front of the shower. You know what you have to do. You look at the handle, and the voice begins. It is the voice of the zoo animal. It is the voice of weakness. It will not scream at first. It will bargain. You know, just do it tomorrow. Tomorrow is a better day to start. You're tired today.
Just use lukewarm water. That's uncomfortable enough, right? It's better than nothing. You don't need this. This is a gimmick. This is stupid. You have real work to do. This is a waste of time. This is the enemy. This is the path of least resistance whispering in your ear. It is the sound of your cage trying to keep you. You have a choice. You can listen to that voice. You can make the coward's bargain. You can turn the handle to warm and cast another vote for the weak, fragile person you are trying to kill. Or you can make a different choice. You can look at the handle, you can hear that voice, and you can say, "Not today." You will not argue with the voice, you will not negotiate with it. You will simply disobey it. You will turn the handle all the way to cold. The moment you do it, the bargaining stops, and the screaming begins. The second that ice-cold water hits your skin, your entire nervous system goes into total panic. Your body screams, "Get out! This is danger! This is death!" Your heart pounds, you gasp for air. Every instinct in your body tells you to run.
This is the moment. This is the 500-pound crisis in a small, controlled dose. This is the inoculation. And your task is simple. You will not run. You will not turn the water off. You will stand. You will breathe. You will endure. That's the key. This is where you teach your body the most important lesson of this entire book. Your feelings do not matter. Your panic doesn't matter. Your desire for comfort doesn't matter. The scream in your head doesn't matter. They are just noise, and you are the one in control. It's not about comfort. It's about control. You will stand there. You will force your breathing to slow down. You will feel the shock, and you will feel it pass. You will feel your mind go from total panic to total focus. In that moment, you have won. You have taken the 50-pound weight, and you have lifted it. You have told your nervous system, "I am the master. You are the servant." You have built the armor. Your mind will resist. Your body will resist. You will stand. You will endure. And you will win. You must seek the cold. This is your first non-negotiable instruction. This is your transformation. Starting tomorrow morning, you will get in the shower. You will not start with warm. You will turn the handle to cold. You will set a timer for 30 seconds. That is all. We are not training for heroism. We are training for consistency. You will stand under the water. You will breathe. You will not fight it. You will accept it. And you will endure. You don't need their permission. You don't even need your permission. The decision has already been made. This is not a health hack. We are not here for metabolism or skin. We are here to forge your will. We are here to build a weapon. Every single day you do this, you start your day with a victory. Before you have checked your email, before you have spoken to a single person, you have already defeated the weakest part of yourself. You have proven to yourself that you are a person who does hard things. This one simple 2-minute act will change the entire chemistry of your day. It will change the chemistry of your mind. You will walk out of that shower and you will be steel. You will be the blacksmith who has already been to the forge. Your mind will resist. Your body will resist. You will stand, you will endure, and you will win. You must seek the cold. You have won the first violent battle. You have faced the scream. You have learned to ignore it. But the war is not over. The moment you turn that water off, the moment you step out of the shower, a new enemy is waiting.
It is not the loud, panicked scream of the cold. It is the quiet, subtle, reasonable-sounding whisper of your own weakness. It is the voice that says, "You did the hard thing. Now you deserve to check your phone." It is the voice that says, "You're running late. Just skip the workout. You already won." It is the voice that bargains with you. You have defeated the shock. Now you must defeat the negotiation. This brings us to the next law of your new life. This brings us to
Chapter 5. Stop negotiating with your weakness. In the last chapter, you won a war. You stood in the cold. You faced the primal scream of your own body. You felt the panic, the shock, the desire to run, and you held the line. You taught your nervous system a new lesson. You are in control. But that was a loud battle, a battle of shock. Now you face a new enemy, a smarter enemy. It does not scream. It whispers. It is the voice that is waiting for you after the cold shower. It is the voice that sounds reasonable. It's the voice that says, "You did it. You won. You are strong. And because you are strong, you've earned a break. You've earned 5 more minutes in bed. You deserve to scroll on your phone. You've earned the easy choice." This is the most dangerous lie your mind will ever tell you. It is the voice of the negotiator, and it is the sound of your weakness dressed in the language of logic. Your task is to crush this voice. You already decided. The debate is over. Amateurs negotiate. Professionals execute. Stop negotiating with your weakness. Why does this voice have so much power? Because you have been taught to rely on the wrong thing. You've been told to find your why. You've been told to have a big enough reason to act. Here is the truth. Your why is useless in the moment of decision. Your why is emotional. It is passion. It is motivation. And motivation is a fair weather friend. Your why is strong at 8 p.m. on a Sunday night when you are planning your perfect week. You write it down. I will get up at 5 a.m. I will work out. I will be a warrior. Your why is powerful. But where is your why at 5 a.m. on Monday morning? When the alarm screams, when the room is dark, when your bed is warm. Where is your why then? It's gone. It's asleep. Your why is a coward. It only shows up when the work is easy. In the moment of decision, when the real friction hits, your why will abandon you, and the negotiator will take its place. That's the key. You cannot motivate your way to resilience. You must build it. And you build it with a system. It's not about motivation. It's about discipline. Discipline is not a feeling. Discipline is a structure. Discipline is a set of non-negotiable rules you made when you were strong so that you are protected when you are weak. Discipline is the antidote to negotiation. You already decided. The debate is over. Amateurs negotiate. Professionals execute. Stop negotiating with your weakness. This is the battle for the 5 a.m. alarm clock, and it is the exact same battle for everything else in your life. The alarm rings. The amateur hears the alarm and starts a debate. "Ugh, I'm so tired. I only got 6 hours. Studies show 7 hours is better. Maybe I'll hit snooze. Just one snooze. Just 9 minutes. What's 9 minutes? I'll just skip stretching. Yeah, that's a good plan." The negotiation has begun. And the moment the negotiation begins, you have already lost. The snooze button is the physical symbol of your failure. It is a button you press to negotiate with your weakness. The professional hears the alarm and moves. That's it. There is no thought. There is no debate. There is no negotiation. The decision was not made at 5 a.m. The decision was made the night before. The decision was made when you were strong and rational. The 5 a.m. version of you is weak and stupid. You cannot trust it to make decisions.
so you take the decision away from it. The alarm is not a suggestion, it is a command. The alarm rings, your feet hit the floor.
That's the key. The debate was already settled. You already decided. The debate is over. Amateurs negotiate. Professionals execute. Stop negotiating with your weakness. You are in the gym. You have 2 sets left. The negotiator whispers, "You're tired. You've done enough. You're already here. That's better than most people. Just go home." You have a choice. You can listen. Or you can say, "The plan was 5 sets. The decision was already made, and you do the work." You are sitting down to do the hard work, the important work. The negotiator whispers, "Just check your email first. Just 5 minutes, you need to be informed." This is a lie. It is a trap. You can listen. Or you can say, "The decision was to work. The phone is off." And you do the work. It's not about feeling ready. It's about staying committed. You are building a system of non-negotiable rules. Rule number 1, the alarm rings, I move. Rule number 2, my workout is the whole workout. Rule number 3, the hard work comes before the easy distraction. You don't need their permission. You don't need your permission. You just need to obey the rules you set. You are automating your discipline. You are removing your weak, emotional, negotiating mind from the equation. This is how you build real strength. You eliminate the debate. You are no longer a person who hopes to feel good. You are a person who executes the plan. You already decided. The debate is over. Amateurs negotiate. Professionals execute. You have not only defeated the scream of the cold, you have now learned how to defeat the whisper of the negotiator. You are building a fortress. You are no longer negotiating with your own weakness. You are dictating terms to it. You have tamed your physical resistance. You have tamed your mental resistance. But there is one more form of resistance, the most powerful one of all. It is the resistance that stops you from even starting. It is the resistance that loves the comfort of looking smart, but is terrified of looking stupid. You have stopped negotiating with your feelings. Now you must stop caring about your ego. You must learn to embrace the discomfort of being a beginner. This brings us to the next law. You must stop trying to win and start trying to fail. This brings us to
Chapter 6, The Gravity of Intentional Failure. You have done the work. You have stood in the cold. You have faced the scream of your own panic. You have silenced the negotiator. You have learned to execute the plan, not debate it. You are building the armor. You are stronger than you were last week. But now, a new weakness reveals itself, a smarter weakness. It is your ego. It is the part of you that loves feeling strong, the part of you that craves validation, the part of you that is addicted to being the expert. You have built a new, comfortable cage for yourself, the competence cage. You only do the things you are good at. You only enter the rooms where you are the smartest. You only play the games you know you can win. You are polishing the same trophy over and over and over, and you are calling it discipline. It is not discipline. It is fear. You are terrified of looking stupid. You are terrified of being the beginner. You are terrified of failing. And this is the greatest cage of all, because it stops you from growing. Success teaches you nothing. Failure is the furnace. You must embrace the gravity of intentional failure. Success is a drug. It feels good. It validates your ego. It tells you you are right, you are smart, you are safe. But it is a lie. The 100th time you win at something you have already mastered, you learn nothing. You have proven nothing. You have simply repeated a past victory. There is no friction in success. There is no adaptation. There is no growth. Growth only happens at the edge of your ability. Growth only happens when you leave the competent cage. Growth only happens in the presence of failure. Failure is the only honest teacher you will ever have. Failure is the gravity you have been avoiding. That's the key. When you are the best person in the room, you are weightless. You are floating. You are not climbing. You are atrophying. To build new muscle, you must find new resistance. You must seek the gravity of being at the bottom of a new mountain. It's not about proving your strength. It's about finding your weakness. You must intentionally seek out tasks you are bad at. Success teaches you nothing. Failure is the furnace. You must embrace the gravity of intentional failure. This is your new instruction. This is the transformation for this chapter. You must go to a place where you are the worst in the room. You must force your ego into the fire.
Go to a jiu-jitsu class. You are a successful executive? You are a powerful leader? Good. Go. Put on a white belt and let a 19-year-old student humiliate you. Let them dominate you. Feel the total incompetence of not knowing how to use your own body. Your ego will scream. It will scream louder than the cold, from Chapter 4. It will negotiate harder than the alarm clock, from Chapter 5. It will say, I am better than this. This is beneath me. This is stupid. That scream, that is the enemy. That feeling, that is the inoculation. Or, go learn a new language. Go to a beginner's class. You are a gifted speaker in your own language? Good. Go. And fail to order a cup of coffee. Sound foolish. Feel your face turn red. Feel the shame of a child. That's the key. That feeling of shame is the furnace. You are burning away your pride. You are burning away the ego that keeps you small and safe. You are teaching your mind a new lesson. My worth is not tied to my performance. You don't need their permission. You don't need anyone's permission to be a beginner. You have a choice. You can be the king of your tiny, comfortable, stagnant hill, or you can be the fool at the bottom of the real mountain. The king is dying. The fool is growing. Success teaches you nothing. Failure is the furnace. You must embrace the gravity of intentional failure. You have faced the body's resistance. You have faced the mind's resistance. You have now faced the ego's resistance. You are learning to hunt discomfort in all its forms. You have learned to be a fool in a controlled setting, like a classroom. But now you must take the final step. You must learn to face the ultimate fear. You must learn to face the opinions of the world. You have learned to fail in front of a teacher. Now you must learn to be rejected by the crowd. This brings us to the most powerful cage of all, the one you do not build, the one they build, the cage of social judgment. This brings us to
Chapter 7. Expose your social illusions. You have come this far. You have faced the physical resistance of the cold. You have faced the mental resistance of the negotiator. You have faced the ego's resistance to failure. You have been to the forge. You have been in the fire. You are building the armor. But what happens when you wear that armor outside? What happens when you leave the gym, when you leave the cold shower, and you walk into the world? You are about to face the oldest, the deepest, the most powerful cage of all. It is not a cage you build. It is a cage they build. It is the cage of other people's opinions. This is the fear of judgment, the fear of awkwardness, the fear of rejection. This is the most potent discomfort you will ever face,
Because it is primal. Your ancient brain is wired to fear rejection. To the tribe, rejection was death. To be cast out was to be eaten. Today, rejection is just an awkward feeling. It is a bad meeting. It is a no. It is a strange look from a stranger. But your brain screams, as if the lion is at the gate. This fear controls you. It owns you. It makes you a coward. Their opinions cannot break you. Your fear of their opinions breaks you every day. You must face this fear. You must expose your social illusions. How does this fear control you? It is the silence in your throat when you know you should speak up in a meeting. It is the automatic yes that comes out of your mouth when your entire soul is screaming no. It is the brilliant idea you never share because someone might think it's stupid. It is the raise you never ask for, the person you never talk to, the life you never live. You are a puppet, and their potential judgment pulls your strings. You call it being nice. You call it being a team player. You call it not rocking the boat. You must call it by its true name. It is cowardice. It is weakness. It is the sickness of approval. You have a choice. You can spend the rest of your life performing for an audience that doesn't even care, or you can break this illusion. Just like the cold shower, you must inoculate yourself against this fear. Just like the heavy weight, you must train against this resistance. You must systematically and intentionally prove to your primal brain that social rejection is not death. Their opinions cannot break you. Your fear of their opinions breaks you every day. You must face this fear. You must expose your social illusions. This is your new training. We will call it rejection practice. You will no longer run from awkwardness. You will hunt it. You will no longer avoid the no. You will seek it. Your first transformation. You must ask for a no. Your mission is to get rejected by a stranger at least once this week. This is not about being rude. This is about being brave. You will go to a coffee shop. You will order your coffee, and you will politely ask, "Can I have a 10% discount?" They will say, "No." They will look at you for 1 second, and your world will not end. Your heart will pound, your face will get hot, your brain will scream, and you will stand there. You will smile. You will say, "No problem, thank you." You will pay, and you will walk away.
That's the key. You will have survived. You have just done 1 rep. You have just proven to your animal brain that rejection is not death. It is just information. You will do this everywhere. Ask for a free cup of water at a place that doesn't offer it. Ask a store if they will accept an expired coupon. Ask for an unreasonable request. Politely. The goal is the no. The goal is the awkwardness. The goal is the feeling and your survival of it. It's not about getting something. It's about losing your fear. Your second transformation. You must break the social script. We live our lives on autopilot. We say the same 5 things to each other. How are you? Good, how are you? Busy. Yeah, me too. This is a script. It is safe. It is comfortable. It is a cage. Your task is to break it. You will stop using people as mirrors for your own anxiety. You will talk to a stranger, in the elevator, in the line for coffee. You will turn to them. You will make eye contact. And you will ask a real question.
What's the most interesting thing you're working on today? What's a book you've read recently that you actually liked? They will be shocked. It will be awkward. Good. Awkwardness is the cold shower for your social muscles. You must learn to sit in that feeling. You must learn to be the calm one in the middle of the awkwardness. You don't need their permission to be a human being. Their opinions cannot break you. Your fear of their opinions breaks you every day. You must face this fear. You must expose your social illusions. Your third transformation. You must voice respectful dissent. This is the boss level. You are in a meeting. An idea is proposed. Everyone is nodding. The tribe has agreed. And you disagree. You see a flaw. The old you, the puppet, would stay silent. The puppet would nod and then complain about the stupid idea later. That is the coward's path.
The new you, the warrior, has a duty. You have a choice. You will unmute. You will speak. You will say, I have a different perspective on this. I see a risk here that we are not discussing. I disagree with this approach. Respectfully, here is why. Your voice will shake. Your heart will pound. You will feel the eyes of the tribe on you. And you will do it anyway. You're not doing it to be difficult. You are doing it to be honest. You are doing it because the mission is more important than your comfort. It's not about conflict. It's about clarity. And you will survive. They may not like it. They may even argue. It does not matter. You have broken the illusion. You have spoken your truth. You have reclaimed your voice. You have faced the cold. You have faced the negotiator. You have faced the ego. And now you have faced the crowd. You have proven that their rejection cannot kill you. You have proven that their judgment cannot break you. You are free. You have systematically hunted down the friction in your life, physical, mental, emotional, and social. You are building the armor. But there is one last enemy. The final trick of the weak mind. The most powerful lie your comfort-seeking self will ever tell you. It is the lie that stops you from ever taking the first step. It is the lie that kills more action, more dreams, and more potential than all the other fears combined. This brings us to the greatest lie ever told. This brings us to
Chapter 8. The Myth of Tomorrow. You have come on a long journey. You saw the cage. You rejected the easy path. You learned to seek the cold. You stopped negotiating. You embraced failure. You even faced the crowd. You have faced external friction. You have faced social friction. And now you stand face to face with the final boss, the master lie, the greatest comfort, the softest, warmest, most dangerous bar in your entire cage. It is an enemy that doesn't fight you. It seduces you. It doesn't scream. It soothes. It is the single deadliest word in your vocabulary. Tomorrow. I'll start tomorrow. It is the most powerful lie your comfort-seeking mind will ever tell you. It is the assassin of your potential. It is the graveyard where all your ambitions go to die. The discomfort principle is not a plan for next week. It is a law for right now. The time is not later. The time is not when you feel ready. The time is now. You must abandon the myth of tomorrow. Why is this lie so powerful?
Because tomorrow is a fantasy land. It is a myth. In tomorrow, you are a different person. In tomorrow, you are motivated. In tomorrow, you are rested. In tomorrow, the cold shower isn't cold. The hard work isn't hard. The difficult conversation is easy. Tomorrow is the perfect world, where action has no cost and no friction. And it is a lie. It is an illusion created by your weak mind to protect you from the reality of today. It gives you the satisfaction of making a decision without the pain of taking action. You write the plan and you feel productive. You buy the book and you feel smart. You tell your friends and you feel committed. But you have done nothing. You have simply negotiated, from Chapter 5, for one more day of comfort from Chapter 1. That's the key. Tomorrow is the ultimate negotiation. It is weakness disguised as strategy. The time is not later. The time is not when you feel ready. The time is now. You must abandon the myth of tomorrow. Why is this lie so powerful? Because tomorrow is a fantasy land. It is a myth. In tomorrow, you are a different person. In tomorrow, you are motivated. In tomorrow, you are rested. In tomorrow, the cold shower isn't cold. The hard work isn't hard. The difficult conversation is easy. Tomorrow is the perfect world, where action has no cost and no friction. And it is a lie. It is an illusion created by your weak mind to protect you from the reality of today. It gives you the satisfaction of making a decision without the pain of taking action. You write the plan and you feel productive. You buy the book and you feel smart. You tell your friends and you feel committed. But you have done nothing. You have simply negotiated, from Chapter 5, for one more day of comfort from Chapter 1. That's the key. Tomorrow is the ultimate negotiation. It is weakness disguised as strategy. The time is not later. The time is not when you feel ready. The time is now. You must abandon the myth of tomorrow. Tomorrow is a master of disguise. It rarely shows its face. Instead, it hides behind reasonable excuses. The first disguise is, I need more research. You want to start a business, but you say, I need to research the market more. I need to read 3 more books on marketing. I need to analyze my competitors. You are not researching. You are hiding. You are hiding from the pain of making your first sales call. You are hiding from the friction of building the product. You are hiding from the fear of failure, from Chapter 6.
It's not about preparation. It's about procrastination. Action is the only research that matters. The market will tell you the truth, but you have to show up first. The second disguise is, I need the right gear. You want to get fit, but you say, I'll start as soon as my new running shoes arrive. I'll start after I buy the right workout program. I'll start when I get a membership to the perfect gym. This is a lie. You don't need new shoes to do a push-up. You don't need a program to go for a walk. You don't need anything except the will to start. This is your weakness, buying you one more day of comfort. The third disguise is, I'm waiting for the right moment. I'll have that hard conversation when the time is right. I'll start my diet after the holidays. I'll write my book when I feel inspired. There is no right moment. There is no perfect condition. The inspiration is not coming. That's the key. Action is the cause of motivation, not the result of it, as we will see. All of these, the research, the gear, the moment, they are just illusions. They are the voice of weakness in a smart costume.
You have a choice. You can keep waiting for a magic day that will never arrive, or you can destroy the myth with the truth of action. The time is not later. The time is not when you feel ready. The time is now. You must abandon the myth of tomorrow. This is your transformation. It is the most important one in this entire book, because all the other chapters, the cold, the failure, the rejection, they mean nothing if you never start. You must become a person of immediacy. Here is your new rule. The moment you hear your mind say later or tomorrow or I just need to, you stop. You identify it as the lie that it is, and you take one immediate physical action. Not the whole action, just the start. You must break the seal. You have been researching that business for 6 months? Your transformation is now. Pause this audio, go right now and buy the domain name. It takes 2 minutes, it costs $10, and it shatters the myth. It makes it real. You have been planning to get fit tomorrow? Your transformation is now. I don't care if you are in your office. I don't care if you are in your car. Pause this audio, get on the floor, and do 10 push-ups or 20 squats right now. You have started. You have broken the spell. It's not about finishing, it's about starting. The start is the weapon. Immediacy is the kill shot to your weakness. You have been avoiding that hard phone call from Chapter 7? Your transformation is now. Pause this audio, pick up the phone, send the text that says, "Do you have 5 minutes to talk today?" Action. Now. You don't need their permission. You don't need your permission. You just need to move. You have conquered the tomorrow lie. You have taken action. You have started. You have faced the scream of the cold. You have faced the whisper of the negotiator. You have faced the judgment of the crowd. And now you have faced the siren song of tomorrow. You have started. You have won the first battle of immediacy. But what about the next day? You did the hard thing. You started. Now your weak mind comes back, and it has a new negotiation. It says, you did it, you won, you suffered. Now you deserve a reward. You deserve comfort. This is the final trap, the trap of rewarding your victory with weakness. This brings us to the next law of sustaining your new power. This brings us to Chapter 9. Do not reward work with comfort. You have done it. You faced the greatest lie, the myth of tomorrow. You stopped planning. You stopped researching. You took action. You started. You did the one hard thing you were avoiding. You shattered the illusion. You have won. You finished the hard workout. You took the cold shower from Chapter 4. You rejected the path of least resistance from Chapter 2. And now a new voice appears. It is the negotiator from Chapter 5. But he is not whispering doubt. He is cheering. He slaps you on the back. He says, you did it. You suffered. You won. You are a warrior. And now you have earned a reward. You deserve a break. You deserve comfort. This is the final trap. It is the most seductive lie of all because it feels like the truth. It is the lie that you must reward your discipline with a return to the cage. This is not a game. This is not a diet. This is your new identity. Be consistent, not heroic. Do not reward work with comfort. Let's look at this trap. It is the hero's reward cycle, and it is a lie. Here is the example.
You are disciplined with your eating for 6 days. You eat clean. You reject the easy path. You fight the cravings. You are strong. And on the 7th day, you have your cheat day. You reward your week of control with a day of total collapse. You binge. You eat the poison. You call it balance. You call it a reward. You must call it by its true name, sabotage. What have you actually trained your mind to do? You have not trained it to love discipline. You have trained it that discipline is a prison and the reward is the parole. You have reinforced the lie that comfort is the goal and discipline is the punishment you must endure to get to it. You are undoing the victory. You are the blacksmith hammering the steel in the fire and then rewarding the hot steel by throwing it back in the scrap heap to get soft again. It is insanity.
This is not a game. This is not a diet. This is your new identity. Be consistent, not heroic. Do not reward work with comfort. Here is the second example. You finish your hard project at work. You resisted distraction. You did the work. And what is your reward? You give yourself permission to scroll on your phone for 1 hour. You give yourself permission to numb your mind with the algorithm. You have just strengthened your focus muscle, and you reward it by intentionally destroying it. You celebrate your strength by practicing weakness. You have a choice. You can stay on this addict cycle, this heroic binge and purge, or you can change the entire equation. That's the key. The reward for hard work is not comfort. The reward for hard work is more hard work. The reward for hard work is the identity of being the person who does hard work. This is the transformation. This is the permanent shift. You must redefine the reward. The reward for the cold shower is not a warm cup of coffee. The reward for the cold shower is the unbreakable willpower you built. The reward for the brutal workout is not the couch. The reward for the brutal workout is the muscle you forged. The reward for disciplined eating is not the cheat day. The reward for disciplined eating is the energy you feel. It is the clarity in your mind. It is the pride of control. Why would you trade this power for a pastry? Why would you trade this clarity for a distraction? Why would you trade your new identity for a moment of old comfort? It's not about perfection. It's about identity. The amateur is heroic. The amateur runs a marathon and then doesn't run again for 6 months. The professional is consistent. The professional runs 3 miles every single day. You are not an amateur. You are not a tourist in this world. You are a professional. You are a resident. This is who you are. This is not a game. This is not a diet. This is your new identity. Be consistent, not heroic. Do not reward work with comfort. Here is your action. First, you must stop the transactional thinking. You must kill the if-then bargains. If I finish this, then I get to be weak. Stop it, now. Second, you must replace the comfort reward. The work is the reward. The result is the reward. The consistency is the reward. From now on, the reward for finishing a hard task is the clarity and focus you carry into the next task. The reward for going to the gym is the satisfaction of keeping the promise to yourself. That is all. You don't need permission from your weakness to stay strong.
You don't earn a break from your new identity. You live it. You are no longer the zoo animal from Chapter 1, performing tricks for a sugar cube of comfort. You are the lion in the wild. The reward for the hunt is not a nap. The reward for the hunt is the strength to hunt again. You have broken the cycle. You have seen the cage of comfort. You have rejected the easy path. You have inoculated your mind. You have conquered the cold, the negotiator, the ego, the crowd, and the myth of tomorrow. And now, you have destroyed the lie of the reward. You have all the tools, you have all the components of the system. You are no longer reacting to life. You are prepared for it. The training is complete. The armor is forged. So, what is the point of all this? What is the end game? What is the result of living this principle? The result is peace. Not the cheap, fragile peace of the comfort cage, but the deep, earned, unbreakable peace of the warrior who knows they are ready for the storm. This brings us to the final chapter. This brings us to the end and the beginning. This brings us to
Chapter 10, The Fortress of Calm. We are here. You have walked the entire path. You started this journey in a cage from Chapter 1. You were the zoo animal, fragile, anxious, protected, weak. You were a victim of your own comfort, living in a house of cards, terrified of the wind. You have spent this entire time in the forge. You chose to face the cold from Chapter 4. You chose to reject the easy path from Chapter 2. You chose to silence the negotiator from Chapter 5. You chose to embrace the failure from Chapter 6. You chose to face the crowd from Chapter 7. You chose to destroy the myth of tomorrow from Chapter 8. You chose to redefine the reward from Chapter 9. You chose over and over and over. And you asked why? Why all this friction? Why all this voluntary pain? This chapter is the answer. This is the payoff. This is the result. This is the purpose of the entire system. This is the fortress of calm. The old you was brittle. A traffic jam ruined your day. A critical email sent you into a spin. A disagreement felt like an attack. A change in plans created total panic. Your mind was your enemy. Your feelings were your master. You were prey, constantly scanning for the next threat to your comfort. You knew, deep down, that you were unprepared for a real storm. And that knowledge, that was the source of your anxiety. But you have been building. You've been training. You have been inoculating your mind from Chapter 3. That's the key. The cold shower, that was a brick. The stairs you took, that was a brick. The hard phone call, that was a brick. The no you asked for, that was a brick. The failure you embraced, that was a brick. You were not punishing yourself. You were building your shelter. You were building your armor. Let the storms come. You built your shelter from the bricks they threw at you. You are unshakeable. You have built the fortress of calm. And now, the storm comes. The real one. The involuntary one. The crisis you did not choose.
The phone rings at 3 a.m. The market collapses. The doctor calls you into his office. You lose the job. You face the betrayal. You suffer the public failure. This is the 500-pound weight. This is the real virus. The old you, the brittle you, would have shattered. You would have panicked. You would have frozen. You would have crumbled. You would have cried, "Why me?" You would have become a total victim of the moment. But what happens now?
The storm hits. It is painful. The discomfort principle does not make you numb. It makes you strong. It hurts, but underneath the hurt, there is a silence. There is no panic. Your heart does not explode. Your mind does not shatter into 1,000 pieces. Why? Because you have trained for this. You have practiced this. The shock of the crisis feels familiar. It feels just like the cold shower. The fear of the failure feels familiar. It feels just like being the beginner in the classroom. The anxiety of the confrontation feels familiar. It feels just like speaking up in the meeting. Your practiced mind, your inoculated mind, simply recognizes the feeling of pressure. And it calmly says, "I know this feeling. I live with this feeling. I choose this feeling. I am trained for this." You do not panic. You breathe. You do not freeze. You think. You do not crumble. You plan. You do not run. You act. Let the storms come. You built your shelter from the bricks they threw at you. You are unshakable. You have built the fortress of calm. This is the transformation. This is the true freedom. It is not the cheap freedom of the comfortable cage, the freedom to be lazy. That is slavery to your weakness. This is real freedom. It is freedom from your own emotional tyranny. It is freedom from the panic of the moment. It is freedom from the power that other people's opinions have over you. It's not about being emotionless. It's about being in control. It's not about being invincible. It's about being resilient. This is the end game. When the world is screaming, you are the silence at the center. When everyone else is panicking, you are the one who is thinking. When the storm is raging, you are the fortress. You have a choice. You always had a choice. But now, you have the strength to make the right one. You have trained your mind to choose the hard path, especially when the pressure is on. Your anxiety is gone because you know you are prepared. You stopped running from discomfort, and in doing so, you found true peace. The bricks they threw at you, the failures, the rejections, the judgments, they were just materials. You caught them, and you built your home. Let the storms come. You built your shelter from the bricks they threw at you. You are unshakable. You have built the fortress of calm. You have done it. You are no longer the zoo animal. You are no longer the prisoner in the cage. You are the architect. You are the builder. You are the blacksmith. You are the fortress. This is not an end. This is your new identity. This is the reward. The reward was not comfort. The reward was this power, this silence, this strength. You have heard the words.
You have learned the system. You have finished the training. And now, there is only one thing left to do. You must live it. You must be it. The real work begins now.
You have reached the end of this recording, but this is the beginning of the work. You now know the truth. You know that your comfort is a cage. You know that you must reject the path of least resistance. You know that you must seek the cold, that you must stop negotiating with your weakness, and that you must expose your illusions. You know that failure is a tool. You know that tomorrow is a lie. You know that the reward for work is simply more work. You are no longer a victim of your feelings. You are an architect of your resilience. You are not fragile. You are not weak. You are a practitioner of the discomfort principle. So the question is, what will you do right now? Will you close this audio? Will you seek comfort? Will you return to the cage? Or will you stand up right now and do the one hard thing you have been avoiding all day? The choice is yours. The work is waiting. Go and do the work.